Hello guys, welcome to the show. So, today we have a very, very, very special guest, Johns Benny, aka Crick Crazy John. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot for inviting me into this chat show. It's a pleasure to talk with you. I have seen the videos, etc. It has been really good on topics about cricket, etc. So it's a great opportunity to talk with you.
Sir, the pleasure is all mine. We all know how famous you are, how good you're doing for each and every cricket fan. So, now let's basically talk about the Sri Lanka series first. We saw the match yesterday and we lost the match. It wasn't great, to be very honest, to see Bhuvneshwar Kumar batting at six. But with the COVID conditions, we all know we had no other option. So what do you make of the series in general, the T20I series?
Uh, First of all, we can't blame or we can't be harsh against these youngsters, mainly because if you look at Indian top five, there was Padikkar, Ruturaj, Nitish Rana who was making their debut. So and Shikhar Dhawan was the only experienced guy. Then even Sanju Samson, who has been around in the IPL teams, but his experience in international level is really low. So if you take the batting unit, it is really slim, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar coming at number six. Then the pitch was not suiting as well. If you look at all the six matches happened in Colombo, so which was tiring up, and they have a very good spinner with Hasaranga, who all know how capable he is. He has been doing so well this year. Even he kept the great West Indies batting unit quiet in West Indies. So it was always tough for this team, but there are some positives as well taking into the T20 World Cup. And this is an experience for Padikkal, Ruturaj, then Sanju Samson as well, what they need to do in the coming IPL or in the coming domestic season, and how they can improve as well as a player, especially Padikkal and Ruturaj, who is just 23, 21, who can be come into the reckoning maybe after the 2023 ODI World Cup. Once Rohit
Yeah,
Sharma or Shikhar Dhawan retires, then these guys
yes,
might.
they can be there. John's man, one thing regarding Sanju Samson. What do you think is the reason behind inconsistency? Is his inconsistency? So much talent, such a wonderful player. We all know those hundreds that he's got for Rajasthan Royals and the performances that he's been given over the years, but he hasn't been able to deliver it on the international stage or maybe consistently in the IPL. What do you think on that?
If you look at Sanju Samson's career throughout in T20 format for Kerala or Rajasthan Royals or India, he has been inconsistent. But in T20 format is the toughest to be consistent. If you look at any great, it's not easy to come and score 50s in the gap of three games or four games. Maybe Virat Kohli or some other can do, but it's not. It's tough for players who bat at number four, number five, number six. So that's where Sanju Samson lacking, and he has the issues against the bowlers like Hasaranga. Even Hasaranga got the wicket of Sanju Samson in 2008-19 something when Sri Lanka came to India. So Hasaranga
Yes,
always had the upper hand against Sanju Samson, and that
Sanju
was
Samson.
evident in the T20 series. The way Sanju Samson was playing Hasaranga, he was a defensive mood, and Hasaranga was dominating him. So that made this series worse for him. But I still believe he can come back in at least in T20 format. Maybe he can be in the 23 member squad as well. I don't think he'll be making to the playing 11 because
Yes, sir.
there is
I
Ishan
feel,
Kishan.
yeah, sir, I feel he'll be in the 23 for sure, as you're saying, that he'll be in the 23 because we would need a backup keeper for Rishabh and with Rishabh and Ishan as well. You would need another keeper as well. That's what I think. So I think he would be there. Sir, can you tell me about what who do you think were the positives from the series? If you look at Varindu Hasaranga, he is currently number two ranked spinner in T20s. And for Sri Lanka, they had Chamika Karunaratne who did a good job. They had someone like Dhananjay De Silva who did quite well for Sri Lanka when we look at the Sri Lankan perspective. But when we talk about the Indian perspective, we have someone like Surya Kumar Yadav who did really well. And I think he's fixed his spot for the T20 World Cup. He'll definitely be there in the 11 he'll be there in the mix. So, what do you think? Who else has impressed you from the Indian side and the Sri Lankan side?
First, we can start with Indian side. The biggest positive, as you mentioned, Surya Kumar Yadav. But still, I believe it should be Rahul Chahar. The way he bowled through the series, whenever he got opportunity, he has been India's best bowler as well in
Yes,
this series. So
extraordinary.
he has given a tough run to even UC Chahal to get into that playing 11. It will be a big headache for team India to pick a playing 11, especially spin department. If you look at, there is Varun Chakravarti is there, Rahul Chahar is there, UC Chahal is there. So it will be difficult for India to find a combination if they are going only with one spinner. If you look at the last IPL, teams has been dominating with pacers. So we don't know how the pitches are going to behave. So if India are going with one spinner, then it will be a great headache for Kohli and Ravi Shastri to pick one spinner. So Rahul Chahar will be one among that. Then, as we all know, Surya Kumar Yadav, the way he dominated Hasaranga, I don't think any other batsman has dominated Hasaranga in this series other than Surya Kumar Yadav. So
Style.
he has almost fixed that number 4 spot in the T20 World Cup as well. He has taken that spot from Iyer. I don't think Iyer will be in the playing 11. It will be really tough for Iyer to come back and be in the playing 11. So Surya Kumar Yadav has fixed that spot. Iyer will be in the 23 or 50 number squad, but I don't think he'll be in the playing 11. Then coming to Sri Lanka, as we all know, the way Hasaranga has dominated. So, but still, the way, as you mentioned, that Samika Karunaratne, he has been a sensation. If you look at the last Lanka Premier League, he didn't get a single team to perform. And from
Hmm.
that, the way after the 7 month, he has been one of the stars of Sri Lankan
Sri Lankan
T20
cricket.
format or ODI format. So the rise has been phenomenal, and I'm really happy as well the way they're back in the youngsters, even after the tough phase. Dick Weller got banned, or Gunatilaga, then Kushan
Gunathilake.
Mendis as well. But still, the guys like youngsters, especially Chamika Karunaratne and the young captain Dashim Shanaga, I'm really happy for him because he has won the T20 series against Pakistan in one of the years, and he got the job again recently, and he has won the T20 series against India. And he is a very good all round. It's not his captaincy, but he used to bat really well, and he used to contribute with the ball as well. So Sri Lanka has
Fielding
got
as well.
that very,
If you look
yes,
at his
very good.
fielding, he was amazing.
Yes,
His
Sri
fielding
Lanka's
was amazing.
lower. Yes, yesterday he took two very good catches as well. So if you look at the lower order strength of Sri Lanka, it has been best because with Shanaka, Hasaranga, and Samika Karunaratne. So they just need to back the top order, and they can qualify into the round of 12 in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah. So, now, sir, now let's basically talk about Shikhar Dhawan, the opener. Do you think Shikhar Dhawan, the opener, will make it to your T20 World Cup 11? I'm not talking about 23. I think he will be there in 23. Most probably he'll be there. But do you think will Shikhar Dhawan, the opener, make in your 11? What's your take on that?
Uh, I don't think Shikhar Dhawan will be making to the playing 11 because he does not have a spot. Even it is Kohli has already told that he will be opening with
He's
Rohit
gonna
Sharma.
open.
Yes, so
Yeah.
even KL Rahul might not find. I still believe KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma should be opening, and number 3 should be Virat Kohli. So Shikhar Dhawan does not have a place in the T20 side. He has been great in IPL. If you look at the run for Delhi Capitals in last 2 3 years, he was the best batsman along with Rishabh Pant and Iyer. So, but his India performance, whenever he has got opportunity, he hasn't capitalized really well. Even he got the opportunity in the first match of the T20 series against England, but he couldn't capitalize and was dropped from the side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's tough for Shikhar Dhawan, but still you need to look at the balance, and you have better players as well in T20 format. So even Prithvi Shaw will be coming through the ranks very soon. So in the future, or maybe in the 2021-22 T20 World Cup, it will be really tough for Shikhar Dhawan. If
So do you
Prithvi
think
Shaw,
it is the end of the road for Shikhar Dhawan? Do you think it's the end of the road for Shikhar Dhawan? The T20 bats.
yes, we need to think on that way. Unless India go with a B team or C team again in the future with this COVID pandemic, we can't predict the series, etc. maybe there will be some series like the Sri Lanka too. Maybe India will be playing a ODI series and T20 series against West Indies in March, February something next year. It is part of the ODI Super Cup. So maybe Shikhar Dhawan might play because India will be going to South Africa. India senior players will be tired. So maybe there will be a rotation policy ahead of the IPL. So we don't know what will be happening. But if everyone is fit and available, it will be tough for Shikhar Dhawan to make into the playing 11 in the T20 team.
Okay. So, sir, now let's just, I have a theme for you, and I want you that if you are fine with this combination or not, I want to know that what do you think of this combination? That is in my mind. I think the theory that Virat said that Virat and Rohit might open, I think it would benefit India. It's my opinion. I think this because if you look at Pakistan model, Pakistan open with Rizwan and Babar Azam. They're two best batsmen in T20 cricket. So we can have Virat and Rohit open, someone like Surya at 3, and have someone like Rahul has batted at 4 and got 100. If there is a collapse, in case there is a collapse, which we have seen in the knockouts in the recent past, even though the World Cup is in UAE, still I'm considering, even if there's a bad day, I think KL Rahul can save India there at 4 with someone like Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya, and Ravindra Jadeja to come in. What do you think of this lineup? Can't India go with this lineup instead?
Uh, I think it will be really tough for KL Rahul to adapt into the middle order because India won't be playing the T20 matches together before the World Cup. They will be
Yeah.
playing an IPL, and KL Rahul is an opener for Punjab Kings. So directly coming to the World Cup and batting at number 4, which is one of the toughest sport as well to bat on. And
Yeah.
if you look at KL Rahul has been the right mindset as well. If you look at the practice match, he scored 100. The way he played, it was really good. So if he can continue that form into T20 World Cup as well, so he should be opening. We have seen the confidence Rishabh Pant had. Rishabh Pant was didn't play in the T20 series and ODI series versus Australia. Then even in the first Test match, he wasn't included.
He didn't play.
But the turnaround Rishabh Pant had and the way he played in the ODI series and T20 series against England, the impact he had. So if that
Yeah.
confidence, same confidence KL Rahul can have, then he'll be a really vital member in the opening department. So
Opening as well.
KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma, Kohli, number 4 will be Surya Kumar Yadav, number 5 Rishabh Pant, number 6 Hardik Pandya, number 7 Jadeja. So this will
Yeah.
be
So
my top one, top seven.
yes, sir. So, sir, now let's move on to the upcoming series. We'll have a talk on that. The India versus England Test series. First, I'll take your predictions. Please give me the prediction for the series. What do you think? Do you think India is gonna win it, or is it England?
I still believe England has a slight edge, mainly because everyone will be coming back. Ben Stokes will be back. Josh Butler will be back. Sam Curran will be back. The lower order is really strengthened. Then there is Hamid as well. He might bat at number 3. He scored lots of runs in the county season and even against India as well in the practice match. So he will be on the confident mood as well. So England has a slight edge, but the one thing India has an upper hand will be the match practice. England players are coming from 100 league, so they need to adapt into the test format very
Yes,
quickly.
very.
But India has been playing this test cricket for almost 2 months. India came into England in the early June, and they have even though they had 2 weeks of break, but still they practice. They had one practice match. They played an intra-squad match between ahead of WTC final. They played WTC final. So India has been in that test mindset. But England just coming from the 100 league, it might affect because the turnaround is just 1 week or 10 days. It is really difficult, even though they are the best batsmen. Ben Stokes is one of the greatest all-rounders in this generation. Then they have Joe Root, they have Butler, who has proven in the test format, but still the mindset need to change very quickly. That is where if India can gain that advantage in the first test match, then anything can happen in the series. But if England has that upper hand in the first test, it will be difficult for India to come back. India
Come
have
back.
come back in Australia, but in England it is tough because
England is difficult.
Yes,
You
India
cannot
has
hit.
the history.
Yeah, you cannot hit it. Matlab you cannot you'll not get the bounce that you get in Australia in England. You'll have to battle the swing movement and the seam movement. So now, sir, before I take your playing 11 for the series for Indian team, let's just talk about the middle order crisis. We all know that our captain gave a statement that we lacked intent, and people were thinking that he's pointing towards Chiteshwar Pujara. We don't know he's pointing towards Pujara or not, but some journalists and some channels claim that he's talking about Chiteshwar Pujara. But I don't think so that they'll drop Chiteshwar Pujara. I think Chiteshwar Pujara is going to play, and KL Rahul is going to be maybe a replacement for maybe after 1 or 2 matches, or maybe after that. So, what do you think of our middle order crisis? And I also want to talk about Rohit Sharma, the opener. We know what a wonderful white ball player that he is, and he's proved it everywhere. But now he's gonna bat in the tough conditions that's England, that too against Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad. I know he did well to manage in the World Test Championship, but I think this will be the challenge for Rohit Sharma, the opener. What's your take on that and the middle order crisis?
First, coming to Rohit Sharma as an opener, if you look at his history as a test opener, he has improved a lot. He has changed his
Absolutely.
stance as well. That has given him runs as well. If you look at the WTC final, even though he couldn't score 50s or 100, but in England conditions as an opener, 30s or 40s are really valuable if they can cover up that new ball, Duke ball. So Rohit Sharma has done that job, but everyone would love to have a 100 or 200s in the series. But if he can score around 300 to 350, it will be a big win for India
Boost to
with a consistent.
India.
Yeah, it's not that if he scores 100, then and failing the next 9 innings will be a big crisis for Indian team. But if he can score the 30s, 40s, 50s at a consistent rate in the 10 innings, which he will be playing, it will be a big boost with Virat Kohli, Chadeshwar Pujara, and Rahan as well. And coming to middle order, it has been a big issue. The consistency has been lacking. If you look at Pujara's numbers after the 2018-19 Border Gavaskar Trophy, it has been a big dip as a player. He hasn't performed even in India as well. He hasn't been that consistent. So it's really high time for Pujara to perform. Even though he blocked many balls, he survived the
In the Gambler Test
Hazelwood,
match.
Pat Cummins, Richard Stark attack in the Australia series. But still, you need to give that runs, especially in England,
Yeah.
because you will be getting the Jaffas at 5 or 6 overs, and they might get Pujara with 1 for 31 balls or 1 for 41 balls. That will be putting extra pressure on Indian batting lineup.
Other
So
players,
it's high.
other batsmen, someone like even Virat Kohli, who is habitual of getting singles and doubles, and who prefers to get singles and doubles so that he can try and move the game and rotate the strike. So, sir, now I'll talk about the other opener. We know Rohit is someone who will provide the stability and bat all and play all the 5 matches. We know his class, but now the bigger problem is that if Mayank Agrawal somehow fails to perform in 1 or 2 matches, who do you think uh, can replace him? Do you think Prithvi Shaw is ready? I think he'll be available after the third test match, according to the situation panning. The way the situation is panning out, I think uh, he'll be available by the third test match. Who do you think? Do you think Abhimanyu Iswaran is ready, or once Prithvi comes in, you'll get in Prithvi immediately instead of Mayank? If Mayank fails, hopefully he does not. Fingers crossed. What's your take on that?
Uh, there are two options. If Mayank Agarwal is failing in first two test matches, I would like to have either Chedeshwar Pujara or Bihari to open, and number three spot will be dividing with these two, because if Pujara opens, then Bihari batting at number three, or Bihari opens, then Pujara will be playing at number three. That will be my option. I don't think Ishwaran can be directly into in the scheme of things in Test cricket. It will be tougher for him as well. He is included in the reserve list, even though he has been added to the main team. But still, I believe you need to have that experience in the England conditions. It will be if you are trying a player like Ishwaran or
He
someone
should
like
be given a
Priyank
run in
Panjar.
India.
He should be India. So
He
we
should
have
be
a
given
series in India as
run
well.
in India.
After yes, we have a series in India against New Zealand. So if they need to try Ishwaran, they can try Ishwaran. And after the New Zealand series, they'll be going to South Africa. So it will be an experience for Ishwaran as well. So I don't think we should be trying Ishwaran too early. And there are options. If Mayank fails, Vihari or Pujara can open. If Pratyusha comes, anyway, Pratyusha will be opening. I don't think Pratyusha has that upper hand, even though Pratyusha has issues against these moving balls, but still he'll be in the pecking order ahead of Ishwara.
Ishwaran. Okay. Sir, so before I take the playing 11, last question on the series. Sir, who would you pick? What do you think of what would you do dropping Jasprit Bumrah? Would you think of dropping or resting Jasprit Bumrah? I'm not saying drop him. Rest Jasprit Bumrah for one or two test matches. Maybe let him get the rhythm or play someone like Mohammad Siraj and Ishant Sharma together. Because Ishant was bowling well if you see the World Test Championship. So what would you do? Because even if we look at the county match, I was watching it on the YouTube channel. I couldn't see Bumrah with that zip that Bumrah used to get. It was somewhere missing. What do you think of that? Do you think India should rest Jasprit Bumrah for one or two matches and then use him wisely, as Shoaib Akhtar pointed out, that if you want to use Jasprit Bumrah, you have to make sure that he plays only important matches. Otherwise, he might collapse. What do you think? What's your take on that?
I think we should be resting Jasprit Bumrah at least for two test matches because if you look at the series, India has five test matches, then directly into the IPL, then directly into the T20 World Cup. So somewhere around you need to rest Jasprit Bumrah. I don't think Bumrah will be resting in IPL. He will be playing because you need to have that
Yeah, the
playing in the
franchisee
T20
commitments are
format.
as such that they cannot rest.
Yes. So in a test format, I still believe they'll be resting at least for two matches, and they need to try Mohammad Siraj as well. The way Siraj has been bowling in last 1 year, it has been amazing. In the IPL in 2020 in UAE or in IPL in 2021 in India, he has been one of the best bowlers in the
Fantastic.
season as well. And we all know what happened in Australia. So he has been in amazing form, and even in the practice match against County Select 11, he was bowling superbly. So we should be starting with Siraj, but I don't know whether we need to rest Bumrah from the first test match. It is a tough call to make,
Yeah,
but I would like to have Siraj as well. So it's a big confusion for even the team management. It will be a confusion because Ishan Sharma is almost ready and fit. He has bowled really well, and we all know Shami will be in the consideration. So it will be tough for team management as well. But somewhere around you need to rest Bumrah at least for two test matches. So Siraj will be getting an opportunity. I was hoping Siraj will be getting at least will be playing all five test matches. But Ishan Sharma has recovered so well into the test series. So I really hope he will be playing at least three or four test matches in the series.
so, sir, now can I get your playing 11? And one more thing, once you are done with the playing 11, just tell us about Shardul or Ravindra Jadeja. Who would you go for your all rounder? And please explain that. Uh, then we'll move on. You're playing 11 for
First,
the
my
first match.
playing 11 for the first test match will be Mayank Agarwal opening with Rohit Sharma, number three Pujara, number four Virat Kohli, number five Rahane, number six Rishabh Pant, number seven Jadeja, number eight Ashwin. Then three fast bowlers will be Ishan Sharma, Mohammad Shami, and either Siraj or Bumrah. This will be my playing 11. And coming into Jadeja versus Thakur factor, the biggest issue is that conditions. If you look at England, if pitches will be drier in August and September, we have
Yeah,
seen this over the years. If Siraj, if you are playing Thakur, he might bat at number seven. So he has batted really well in Australia or in that conditions, but England is a different beast. If you look at Ollie Robinson is there, James Anderson is there, Broad is there, maybe Sam Curran or someone like Oli. There are bowlers. who can take these conditions into different levels. So, can they trust Thakur at number 7 is another question. Then the batting, Jadeja's batting has improved a lot. To look at from 2016, he has been batting so well.
Average is
And
50. He averages around 50, if I'm not wrong, from 2016.
and we need to trust Jadeja as a bowler because he has that ability to take wickets of lower order, which has been the issue for India over the years.
Over the
But I don't
years.
know why Jadeja hasn't been used much because he is such a handy customer against lower order batters. I really hope Kohli uses him a lot in this series. In it is 5 test matches, so Kohli can use that. So I really hope Jadeja starts the series, and it all depends on the conditions. If you look at 2018 Lord's Test match, then I would prefer Thakur as the number 7 or number 8. But
Yeah,
the
in place
pitches
of
will be
the way
mostly
Kuldeep played, instead of
yes,
India could have gone for a pacer instead of Kuldeep
yes.
in that conditions.
So if that conditions come, then Thakur will be getting an opportunity. But other than that, I don't think Thakur will be getting an opportunity.
Yeah. So, sir, now on to the last part of the video. So, can you give us some updates that you have that our viewers might want to know? Anything you got to know about?
uh, Prithvi Shah and Surya Kumar Yadav will be traveling to England by August 5th or 4th. This is the latest update I got.
Okay.
It's not revealed
August
by
5th or 4th.
everyone. Yes, August 4th or 5th they'll be going because they need to complete that isolation period, I believe, and there is some issues as well. So they'll be going by August 4th or 5th. And we all know Gautam and UC Chahal has got COVID positive as well.
COVID positive.
Other
We
than
pray for
that,
their speedy recovery.
yes, other than that, there is not much news. South Africa will be playing against Sri Lanka in the September 1st week. It has been announced. So these are
Yeah.
the some news which I got
Yeah.
in this.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It was wonderful experience, to be very honest. I'm really happy. I would just ask you one thing, a small request. If you could ask your fans to like this video, to watch this video, or maybe subscribe to my channel. Up to you, sir. Whatever you want, you can say. And what was
First
your
of all,
experience as well?
I need to thank you as well for inviting me to this chat show. I haven't done much shows recently, mainly because these Olympics, etc. And I don't think I need so much followers or anything because if you look at, I got these followers, etc. only through updation, and this updation came from ESPN Cricket Info, TO Times of India, or Indian Express, or Bus,
Sir,
etc.
it doesn't
I
matter.
should
Sir,
thank
to be
all.
very honest, you worked hard for it. You've got it for all of us. You don't have to say all these. You worked hard for it. It's tough to actually find things from different sources and then give it to people. So you deserve all the credit. Don't give your credit to someone else. It is their news, no doubt, but you've taken it, you've sorted out, and then given to your whosoever views your Twitter profile.
And coming to that, I don't think I should be I should be called as star or anything because if you look at, I'm just 24 or 25, and I'm doing anything. I am not a cricket expert, or I'm not anything in cricket field, or even in the life as well. And coming to the last point, I really hope everyone enjoys this video, and it's a very good YouTube channel. You should go through the channel, and everyone should be subscribing this channel as well. You will be getting lots of videos and lots of interviews from lots of people who is recognized in the cricket community very soon. So I hope you will be subscribing this channel. So it's a kind request from me as well. Hopefully everyone enjoys this video and the videos coming in the future as well.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.